Hey everybody, welcome to the 6th episode of California Wine TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host Scott Sheldon, and it's a pleasure to be here. Today for our 6th episode, we're going to do something special for you, Battle Pinot Noir. 3 Pinots under $20, rated and tested for you. So Pinot Noir, its popularity has skyrocketed a little bit in California recently, especially since that movie Sideways. There was a character, Miles, in that movie that gave this great speech about its flavors being haunting and brilliant and exalting. And by the way, he also dissed Merlot pretty hard, and their sales suffered in recent years, unfairly, mind you. It's a great varietal. But Pinot Noir, it's a difficult grape to grow, only grows in certain areas in the world, and it's a thin-skinned grape. It doesn't like constant heat, and so it does well in some of the coastal areas of California, as well as Washington and Oregon, along the west coast, and of course in France and other areas of the world. There's some other great places where it thrives. But it's not a survivor, as they say, like Cabernet or some of these other varietals that can be almost neglected and still thrive. This is a grape that does require a lot of care, especially to really coax out the nuances and the flavor potential that it has. A lot of people, try inexpensive Pinots and really don't get what the fuss is about, because some of these wines just are flat, and they're kind of like drinking Welch's grape juice. So hopefully none of those will fall into that category today. So the first wine we have today is coming from Santa Barbara Winery. Even though they're located in Santa Barbara, Bruce McGill actually sourced the grapes for this wine from Monterey County. It's a tremendous area up there. They really benefit from being so close to the Pacific Ocean, and the air coming off the Pacific really helps cool down the grapes at night, and it's really a great microclimate for growing Pinot Noir. And so this wine, the other interesting thing is generally Pinot Noirs are usually 100% Pinot Noir. You don't see so many blends like you do with other grape varietals at times. This, however, 5% Zinfandel, red Zinfandel, Bruce McGuire. So the history behind, origin if you will, Santa Barbara Winery started by Pierre Lafond in, what was it? 1962, and it was the first winery since Prohibition ended in that area. It took another 10 years for the second winery to show up. Now, last count, there are over 100 wineries in the Santa Barbara County area, and so, like I said, it is thriving up there. So why don't we give this one a shot? It's 2008 Central Coast. 13.7% alcohol. This one was $15.99 retail price, Whole Foods, and I think that's all I got. Let's go. Give it a taste. A little bit more in there. I still got my manual zoom here until I get someone else to operate the camera. Volunteers, I am taking the volunteer request if you want to be a camera operator on California Wine TV. Let's give it a smell. Just cherry, strawberry, fruit flavors. Very fruity. Swirl it around some more. Let's give it a nice taste. Nice firm acidity. Cherry, strawberries, again, flavor. There's some vanilla notes, in the background. A little bit of oak going on. Supposedly, in the 2008, they used oak barrels that were 1 to 2 years old during the aging process, so a tribute to that, oaky characteristic. It's a nice wine. It's not. It's pretty one-dimensional. It's pretty much all about the fruit. There's a nice clean finish. Nothing too complex about it. It's a nice wine. That's what I got to say. Can't really say much more about it than that. I would say, though, this is the perfect type of wine for a beginner wine drinker who sometimes don't like the taste of some of the heavier, drier, more tannic wines. This wine is very acceptable to people that are just kind of learning to get into wines. It's just very easygoing, easy to drink, and it's really just all about that fruit. So let's move on. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, number 2, Parker Station Pinot Noir. Their claim on the back of the bottle is the best Pinot Noir you can afford to drink daily. Let's see if that's true. This is my manual zoom. Okay. So, interesting, the story behind Fess Parker. He was actually an actor in the 50s. He played characters like Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett. And his family was from Texas. They came out here and they bought over 700 acres in the San Ynez Valley. And in 1989, they just kind of had this little venture to let's grow some grapes. Let's try making a little bit of wine. This little side project. And as his daughter put it, Fess is from Texas. He isn't even doing anything small. So that being said, of course, full-blown big winery. They're doing a lot of production. Right now, this is a Santa Maria, 2008, 13.8% alcohol. So these are both fairly, new wines. A lot of us are just tasting, some of the 2008 vintages for the first time. So I would love to hear some of your feedback. So far, I haven't been overly impressed with what I've tried from 2008. They may need a little time still, but. Let's give it a shot. 13.8% alcohol. And let's give it a pour. It's light, red color, not dense at all. It's pretty, see right through it. Similar characteristics to the Santa Barbara winery Pinot, cherry, strawberry, red plum, some beautiful red plum aromas coming off. A little more full-bodied. I wouldn't actually call it a full-bodied wine. I would say it's more in the medium-bodied category. Similar flavors, a little spicier, a little bit of clove, it's another herb going on back there I can't quite put my finger on. Sage, I think. A little more layered, a little stronger finish, and a little more acidic. You can kind of feel your mouth kind of puckering up a little bit more, the tannins. Good wine though. This one I think was $13.99. Same source, Whole Foods. That's where we get a lot of our wines. I love Whole Foods. Great place to buy snacks and foods and all that kind of stuff.